All right. We're good. Now we're live. Woohoo! And so that's half the paddle.
That's my sister.
Oh my God, she's already in. Emmy, Levon, Dr. Mary. Which one is yours? Emmy?
Emmy.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello, Emmy. Oh, I love how people were like on it too. They're like, yo, we're here. All
I
right.
told her, I was like, what time? What to do? I was like, you gotta join. Hello, Emmy.
Hello. Oh, I love this. Like bum rush. I just felt like the door opened and like a whole bunch of people ran in. I was like, yes, I love that
People are
energy.
just running in.
I love that energy. Well, welcome to the inner room with Out of My Damn Mind. This is a space where walls fall away, where stories don't just get told, they land messy, real, and alive. Here, writers open the door to what drives them, what haunts them, and what keeps them going. Every voice has its own rhythm, its own scars, its own sparks. And together we trace the threads that hold us, break us, and connect us all. I am so excited to have Anna with us today. Thanks for joining me all the way from Canada.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited and just honestly like honored to just have a moment to be here and talk to everyone. I even sent out a message yesterday. I was like, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous, but if you have questions, let us know.
Well, I mean, I do pay attention to the chat, so anybody that wants to ask you anything, please feel free to drop it in the chat. Miss Candy Downs, thanks for joining. Can't even debate. Alexia, what are we debating about? All right. So if you're new here, this is where I come up with 20 questions for my co-host. Again, thank you for coming. I'm so excited. I know this is your first time. It's going to be so much fun. I promise. It won't hurt that much.
No, it'll be good.
Won't hurt that much. Hello. All right. So on my last Inner Room episode, I decided to be a little kid and give my co-host the opportunity to pick her own questions. So if you pick a number from 1 to 20, you can start off with your whatever question. 3. What's one question people should ask pregnant women and one question they need to retire forever?
I'd say when they should is like it's the most simplest thing. It's just how they're doing. Like that is the most easiest way to just go about it is how are you doing? How are you feeling? And what way can I support you? One thing they should retire is one asking if they're even pregnant. But two, I would say honestly, it's really hard to pick. Like I think one would be, when they ask you about the gender and then if you're excited. Like, I mean, I was, regardless whether I was having a boy or a girl, I didn't care. I just was honestly happy that I was having a baby. The first 10 weeks was like, the first couple weeks were good. Then once I hit 10 weeks on, it was like awful for me. And I mean, I went into kind of hiding. So for my pregnancy, I really was just like with my mom and my sister. So I didn't really have to have those people bombarding, whatever. But I think, one thing is, yeah, just the gender based questions. And then, I'm just happy I'm having a baby at the end of the day.
I mean, that's what parents that I know, they're always like, just a healthy baby. Like, anytime anybody asks that question, like 99% of the time people said healthy baby.
Yeah.
You do get that one off that's like, yeah, I want a boy. Duh.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
Which is
okay. And that's
okay. Like, you're okay to have that. But sometimes you
Right.
get like kind of what I was telling you earlier, like here it's like you want boy, then girl. Like, and then gender disappointment exists for a reason, and that's okay. People are allowed to have that, but sometimes you get that pressure. Like, for instance, my mom, she had 3 girls and kept asking, when are you having your next one? I guess that's another question too. Like, I mean, I had my baby and then I don't even want to say it was a month later, I had some people, when's your next one? Like, I just survived like an awful pregnancy, just had this baby. Let me breathe for 5 minutes, please.
Can I practice on this one first before I pop out another one?
Yeah,
Holy
right?
crap. Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't. So I was funny because I was like, I wondered if it was more like, hey, can I touch your stomach? Like, I wonder if people
Oh,
ask
that's
that.
another one too. That's okay. So I don't know if Brittany just joined, but so the whole touching the stomach thing, like I was fortunate to not experience that, but maybe Brittany can talk when she talks to you about, like, the she's very in tune with things, and, like, I just think, like, when you touch someone's tummy, 1, it's weird, like, I wouldn't just walk up to any random and be like, "I'm touching you," because it's 1, we don't touch strangers, but 2, like, there's a I don't wanna say I don't wanna be, like, all superstitious and stuff, but, like, you don't know their intent behind it's the same thing as, like, when you share, ultrasounds online. You have to be careful with some things because there's people that do voodoo things. There's people that will wish you harm, and, you don't wanna think there's people that will go and stoop that low, but there's bad people out there. I mean, I was terrified to touch her stomach as her sister. Sure, my family did not. Lane's sister though, like Shay, so my sister-in-law, she just loves kids. She's obsessed with kids and babies and everything. And yeah, like we filmed a TikTok and she wanted to every time we got together, she was like touching my like tummy and everything. And because for the longest time I didn't have the bump. I just there was no bump showing, so I didn't have that also. So for a while when we were making the TikToks, like, it just looked like I ate a big meal and was bloated. I still like the TikTok, like, my stomach's like, "Blah, blah, blah," and I'm like, "I don't look pregnant, like, this is just weird."
Oh, so you were one of those blessed females that, like, popped at, like, 7 months or 8 months.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like
Was we had my shower in November and I finally, like, had a big bump, and then I had him literally a month and a bit later.
yeah, yeah, well, I love that Brittany did say it's so energetically invasive because that's what I was thinking, like, every time I was, like again, never been pregnant, nobody's asking to touch my stomach, but I'm around and exposed to other people doing these things, and I always, like, wondered, like, why? Like, why? 'Cause I
Yeah,
feel
I don't know.
like, why would you like, why do you need to? Like, why do you need to touch somebody's stomach?
Well, and that's just it, like, well, I don't know. I think too, some people like, for me, I never touched a pregnant, lady's, like, tummy ever, so I know. So when I was pregnant, I'm like, "Your stomach is hard. It is hard. It's not like this soft little whatever." So I'm thinking, like, do they think, like, they're just gonna touch my tummy and baby's gonna be like, "High five. Here we go." Like, do they feel like we're gonna have a connection here? 'Cause it is hard as a rock. You ain't feeling nothing.
Well, good to know. I don't think I ever my sister, my nephew's gonna be 14 this year, and I don't think I touched her belly either. So I don't think I ever paid attention
Yeah.
to the fact, like, it was hard. So good to know.
Yeah.
Candy said, "We don't touch strangers," my motto of the day.
Yeah,
So
no, we don't touch stranger
I'm just gonna leave that there.
gender.
Uh,
Oh,
did you see what Christina said? "Rent a Grammy here for free. I'm available. Bake cookies with your babies." So
with your
maybe
cookies.
yeah. The Queen's Addiction and everybody, thanks for coming in. We only got 1 question in, so if you're just joining, this is where I ask my co-host, which happens to be the lovely Anna today, just random
Oh, hi,
questions.
mom.
Oh, hi, mom. I love the support. I really do. It's fucking adorable. I appreciate everybody
Told
joining.
them. I was please fine.
I was like, "You must have had really strict instructions. You're kinda late, ma'am, but it's okay because 'cause you're mom. You get to do that." But why don't you pick another number to ask your next question?
Do 6.
6? What's something Theo does right now that cracks you up every single time?
He started making a funny face, so you get him down, and it's like he, like, brings, like, shoulder as far as he can and squints, and it's like it's hilarious. We don't know I don't know what that is now, but you go to him or you're giving him his eggs, and he's like, "No," and I'm like, "Okay," or we have, oh, hi, Jay. If this is the day I think it is, so I'm on my iPhone, but I wonder if I could pull it up on my laptop. I'm sidetracking. But,
You're
Jane
okay.
and Theo back in March or April, sorry, when we went to the, seminar. So, but anyway, he's making these fun faces or, we like to watch Winnie the Pooh, and there's a part where Christopher Robin goes, "No, no, no," Well, my mom and my sister taught him to go, "No, no," and shake his head. So once he hears, "No, no, no," or you "No, no," or I think he just, like, shakes his head now. So those are 2 funny things he does now.
So I'll be honest, I have never had the urge to have a child. I always, like, figured, "Oh, I'll just adopt one." Like, no, like, I don't know, like, I just never had it. So, I always wondered, the type of, like, connection mommies have with kids and stuff, but like, when I'm around kids now, I'm, like, fascinated by them. I'm just
Yeah.
like they literally like, I feel like I learn so much from them
Yeah.
as opposed to them learning anything from me. I'm just like, "Yeah."
Oh, I agree. There's so much that they just teach you, like, you just honestly, having him has just it's like you go through this moment where, like, you see everything so different.
Mhm.
Everything.
Mm. The Queen's Addiction did say, "Hello, beautifuls. Hello,
Just
beautiful." Children are
yes,
so honest. They
they are
are.
so honest, they are.
1:11 Eastern Standard Time for me. You're right, Brittany. Ooh, she
Have
sounds like
11 here.
Oh my god. Alright, so pick another number.
12.
What do you hope people feel or take away when they read your writing?
Um, honestly, what I hope they feel is, 1, like, I try to write as if we're talking, or I'm coming from, like, I always from a place of deep emotion, but that you feel the emotional connection that we're sharing. Um, and I hope everyone takes away just be a little kinder, be a little more understanding, and just honestly be a nicer human being. At the end of the day, behind the door, we're all going through something. Um, and like when I about even like for the dads there, it's just everyone going through something. And I focus so much on moms. Dads they go through a lot too. And yeah, I hope people take away to be a little kinder, a little nice, and understanding. That's the biggest thing.
I don't I that's beautiful, and I think the way you write it and how you share, your family story is definitely carving out the root to that, but I don't know when that changed for me in my life. I feel like, honestly, it was this year where I
Yeah.
started, like, I look at every stranger on the street like, "Damn, I wonder what you're carrying."
Yeah.
And when I do it that way, it doesn't make me, like, upset about anything.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't know, like, what exactly happened like, event-wise in my life, but I do feel like it definitely started changing this year to look at it that way.
I feel like it's just been years of, like, just so much stress and, well, predictable things that happen. You have COVID, you have our current economic situation where states are in Canada, like, we're playing tariff wars on each other is stupid. You go and buy a groceries, like, one bag here is hundreds of dollars. Everyone's just so stressed, and I think by this year, everything's kinda just I think everyone's just fed up, we've had enough, and it's just we're hitting a wall where we're finally seeing, like, "Look, I'm a human. I'm just a little dot on this earth, and there's so much that all of us little dots are going through." And, yeah, I don't know, I just honestly, I think there's just been so much that we just hit a breaking point.
Mm. I mean, yeah, there's definitely in my short 36 years, there's definitely been a lot of things that I've been exposed to in the way of seeing it, and I'll be honest, like, I don't have a child, so the way that I look at things may be different, but if I did, I kinda would be kind of concerned of the direction of, like, what is future like for my kid,
Yeah.
So I do feel like that's why, honestly, a lot of people are waking up differently because they're like, "I don't want this. I don't wanna keep doing this, and I don't want this for my kids," you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. I have this thought every couple days, honestly. Like, and headline from the news comes out, and you're just like, "Really? This is like, no, this is not acceptable. This is the world I want my child being raised in." Like,
Mm.
you know,
It actually has been a little bit comforting and beautiful to see that there are a lot more people that are aligned in that thought, you know?
Yeah.
And that makes me feel a little bit better, but, we're gonna go to Sherry. She says, "You learn so much more by watching and being with children. It's like learning to love experiences all over again." I love that.
Mhm.
Spoken like a true mom.
Yeah. Say thanks. And I agree with you, for the Queen's Edition. We're all just humans at the end of the day, like, just trying to get by day.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it has been, like I said, very overwhelming for me to find Substack and to find people that are aligned in that thought because some other platforms,
Yeah.
don't kind of feel that way. So it's
Brittany
been
can talk about Threads, Twitter, Instagram,
I don't even
Facebook
have
even.
I don't even have Threads. My Facebook is literally a time capsule for me because the memories on that, they get me every
Yep.
time. I get to see things that I wrote. I get to see pictures of myself. I'm like, so that's the
Yep.
only reason why I still have my Facebook. Brittany said Laugh Loud Substack is a warm hug. It is like
It is.
5 big teddy bear worm hugs. It's kind of overwhelming that people like this exist and they all kind of found their way to the same orange space.
Yep. Threads can
Thread
be fun. It can be fun. I've come across some decent people on Threads, to be fair. Brittany did not. So I'll leave that for her to tell you more about.
Mm. Well, luckily, I get to speak to Brittany next week, so, we'll definitely, come back to that, alright? Alright,
Yeah.
losers. Alright, so anybody in the chat wanna pick a number that, Anna has not picked yet? And that will be the next question. If not, Anna can pick again. I'm, like, looking at them, I'm like, "This makes it so much easier for me too," because sometimes
Yeah.
I'll, like, overanalyze, like, "Oh,
Oh,
which one?"
shaded 5.
Alright. Did you do the baby shower gender reveal route, or did, you create your own way of making the moment?
So we actually had so the baby gender reveal, um so we had planned that for in August. So we had gone to do our ultrasound. So we had our anatomy scan, and like that whole week was just awful. So we went and did our anatomy scan, and then I had another anatomy scan and another one. And basically that was when we were figuring out everything that was going on with Theo's arm.
Mhm.
They also had an issue with his heart. And we had gone in hoping to find out the gender, and we had so much other stuff. I also want to say, like, just so on the 18th, my aunt, who was like my mom, had passed away. The 19th, I went in for my anatomy scan. We find out, Theo's arm. Uh, there's issues imaging. We go for a second one. The next day, they're like, yeah, there's a good chance it's not there. So, you have so much sadness and just confusion and heartbreak and all this stuff going on. For 2 days later, you have your gender reveal, and the day before the gender reveal, my sister-in-law, who just got married a month ago, but like before that, had to be rushed in for emergency surgery because her appendix had ruptured. So that whole week was crap. Um, so we
That
had
sounds like a
the
lot.
gender reveal. Yeah, it was. So we went ahead with the gender reveal. It was supposed to be quite a few more people. We just trimmed it down to just immediate family. Um, and I thought I was having a boy. My mom will say life of her before I even had kids. She's like, "You're having 2 boys. That's what you're having." So when we did the reveal and it's like, "You're having a boy," she's like, "I knew it." But my mom's very humble in the way she's like, she's not rubbing it in your face. Like, I knew it. She's like internally, she's like, "I knew it months ago, years ago." So we did the gender reveal. It was great. It was so much fun in such a dark time. And then we did the baby shower just November before we had Theo. And I did that because I was going in weekly. I had about 2 appointments a week being watched for Theo's cord Doppler. They found there was a defect, so he wasn't getting as much blood and supply through the cords. I had to be monitored for his arm and the growth that was going on, and then I had other scans. Like I had at least 2 scans a week, if not more, depending on what was going on. So at that point, we weren't sure if we were gonna have to deliver him early or not, and I had to deliver him a little earlier. There was a chance, there could be a NICU stay involved, and I didn't want to worry about planning a baby shower when you're going through all that. We had the baby shower in November. I had it on the 12th, and on literally 2 days later, I ended up in the hospital because I had already started leaking a ton of amniotic fluid, and there was a chance I was gonna go into labor on that day. So my mom and I spent that whole day in the hospital, and I said, "You know what? It's a good thing we had the because the baby wants to maybe come now." So, yeah, but it was good having it beforehand. I know some people don't like to do gender reveals. They like to find out when the baby's born, and I know baby showers sometimes before the baby's born is a little still taboo, but I liked it. It was fun, and it was a good time.
I mean, I think it's more just about, how you enjoyed it, what
Yeah.
what benefits it helped you during that time. I just am like, that's a lot of things to experience while pregnant
Yeah.
with first child. So,
Yeah.
how did you ground yourself in, like, some of those moments? Like,
Um, and I'm sure Mom and Emmy are gonna pop on in the chat. They might not, but it it was a time where I think, honestly, I just put everything down. I don't wanna call it, like, disassociation or anything because, like, I didn't do that, and, like, I laugh because when I do think that, I think of, like, Bella in Twilight when she's like, the months are going by. Honestly, I just kinda just shoved it down, and I thought to myself, I can't deal with this now. I'll deal with it later," which is not a good I do not suggest that because once you have the baby, then you're going through postpartum, and then everything just comes to surface. So, I honestly think, though, I just kinda tried to suppress it, and I just tried to be as happy and positive as I could be because so much negativity involved that it's just like you can't let that get you down. And I think that's just the way I dealt with it was just shove it down, and then I dealt with it a little later, probably not in the best way, but
listen, I don't think that there is any, like, right way to do
Mm.
that. Because I mean, I find
No.
it fascinating that what my mother experienced during the time that she was pregnant with me and how she dealt with it and what she was feeling also
Mhm.
got passed to me.
Yeah.
So there's no way that a woman can stay that composed for that long without having, so, like, to
Yeah.
be aware of, "Hey, I wanna stay positive because I need to stay positive," I think that is the only route that I could really think of, but obviously life is going
Yeah.
to make you deal with your stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's got a way of finding a way to make you deal with it that you can't avoid it, and you can't run away.
I let's try the comment on what Emmy just said. She's definitely the strongest person I know. I mean, she sounds it. That was like the sweetest, adorablest comment I've ever been able
I
to
know, it's
to
like
say out loud. I'm like, oh, I love the love between sisters. I was in the room when my sister gave birth to my nephew.
yeah.
Craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life. So,
Oh, yeah.
so I give kudos to all moms. Miss Katie Downs said number two, which is a perfect, cute little question. Do you have any cravings that made you question your own personality?
No, I didn't.
Just normal, like,
I honestly, aside from hemorrhaging and all the other stuff that went on, I I didn't have any wicked cravings. The only thing I couldn't deal with was tomatoes. I anything like tomato based, like I love tomato soup, couldn't have that. Pasta with the red sauce, no, but yeah, no, I had no cravings.
that's interesting.
I know, I'm weird.
No, I don't think that's weird. I don't know what's weird to what's not weird. Like, everybody is different. That's why I asked the question. Priya, thanks for joining us. All right, who wants to give me a number? I can't keep track, so we have to do it this way because I can't even remember the ones that we've done. Um, Brittany says she craved mustard. See, like, to me, like, that's weird. Out of all the
Yeah,
things to crave, to just crave mustard.
mustard.
You put that on everything? Like eggs and pasta?
Nope, 8 and 16.
All right, we'll go with 8 first. What's your biggest motherhood plot twist? Something you never thought you'd do, but here you are doing it.
You know, I okay, so I tried to go the homemade everything. Like, I was set like, I said to mom, "I want the NutriBullet steamer, I'm gonna make my own purees, gonna make my own this, that, this." And, kudos to the mom who do that. I tried. It didn't last that very long. And, I mean, I went to Walmart and I just buy the stuff off the shelf. I do make some at home. I will say I do make some stuff at home. But when you're on the go and you just need to stop, take them out of the car seat for a minute, give them something, it's nice to have them pouches. Just grab and go. So I tried going that route. Again, kudos to the moms that do. I couldn't. And I wanna say I was dead set. Everything I was gonna feed Theo was gonna be homemade, love from me. Well, it's made by Walmart with love coming from me.
Oh, I love that though. But I love that you were honest with yourself because he's still really young. So
Mhm.
he's not gonna know. He's just gonna
No.
be like, it's all been good. My mom feeds me, and that's the basic thing that I need in my life.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, I love this. So because, your sister said 16, I just wanted to bring up, obviously, some of the questions come from Anna's recent posts. So the one that this question is that came from is more than one day of thanks.
Yep.
So, question number 16 says, "When you walked in to your first CHAMP seminar, what was the moment that made you think, 'Oh, we're not alone in this?'"
Um, a couple things. Honestly, like, when I went through there with honestly, when I went through the door with my mom, I just looked and I was just in awe. I saw there was moms and there was kids and, like, just looking at the moms watching their kids and their kids interacting and playing, and I've seen so many kids just like Theo, and they're all happy, they're all playing, like, it just, it honestly, I didn't wanna cry, and I had a little bit of tears. It wasn't until we had a more further seminar where I was a little sad and crying, and honestly, it was amazing just seeing everyone happy, and this is what when you Google what I was Googling when I found out, I wish there's a way to just, take that, plug into Google so they can see they're fine, because all you see is negative, and I wish there's a way to just see that positive light that they're fine. They make their way, they do their things, and they're no different than you and I. It was just, yeah, it was amazing when we walked through the doors.
Well, I want you to know that thanks to you, you are bringing light about spaces like that and how important community
Mhm.
is. I think, you
Yeah,
know, it's no different than any other parent wanting their kid to feel like they're a part of something, that they're not different in something. So, I mean, the fact that there is spaces like that and that you got to experience that with your mom and Theo, like I'm glad that
yeah,
there are community driven and nobody has to actually feel alone in anything because,
yeah,
despite what you may think, you're not the only one going through the thing, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Candy said you're so funny, by the way. Michelle, thanks for joining us.
I
I
try.
naturally, you guys, all of you ladies have, some good wit about you. So I've been very appreciative of the fact that all of my co-hosts are, tend to be very amazing women that and sometimes men. I have had a few men
Yeah,
um that share the space well with me.
mhm,
You guys handle the mic pretty well. It's not all on me, so I appreciate that. All
I
right.
try. I
All right, so who wants to give me a new number? Or I can actually just pick one, whatever. Anna can decide.
Did we do 14 yet?
No,
I don't think we did.
not
Let's
yet. We
try.
don't.
Let's skip that one. While they think of numbers.
What's something Substack has given you that you didn't expect when you started?
I honestly, when I started here, I did not expect to find such a welcoming and warm community. Like,
Mm,
you go to another social media because that Substack is social media, but it's not your standard normal social media. Like, I was kind of nervous and everyone says, "Oh, hitting publish, you get so scared and nervous." I still do, but it makes me feel more comforting knowing that I'm not gonna just be on blast, every time you put something out there or you put a note out, like Twitter, sometimes you can get annihilated there for just a generic thing. So Substack has been so nice in forming that, and, you know, I was able to carry over some of the stuff from Substack over to Instagram, and
Mhm.
I find my Instagram is very much because I just have one for Tender and True, and I find that it carries that same warmth, which is nice. You don't get that often, but yeah, honestly, like having that community and finding other parents with kids like mine as well. I didn't expect right off the hop to find so many, and I did, so it's great.
I mean, I recently wrote a post about, like, times that I grew up in and then the times now, and obviously I am super thankful for the ability to do stuff like this because
Yeah.
I would not just get to talk to any old Canadian on a Tuesday normally.
Yeah.
So I'm aware that, this obviously opens up enhances the opportunity to find a community. The momster says, "Hey, Anna."
Yeah.
So it's been really rewarding for me to have this platform to get to learn more about things, and I think that you
Yeah.
communicate really refreshingly and with a lot of hope about the type of place that you want your son to grow up in, and I'm like, "Yeah, me too." Like, I wanna be there too, so I think that's why,
Yeah.
like, I align so much with you and everything like that. Um, I can't believe it's already I'm already halfway through this interview, and
I know.
I'm like, "Wait, it's been are you guys bored? It's been 32 minutes already? What?"
I know, it's crazy. Time flies by so fast.
It does, but I do appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk with me. I have
Yeah,
just, like, a
and
really,
thank
like
you.
no thanks. No worries at all. I love doing this. Again, I look forward to Tuesdays because, anybody that, like, reads my shit knows that I don't really interact with a lot of humans. So, Tuesdays is, like, my assigned day that I get, like, at least an hour with a whole adult, and I get to talk about things.
Yeah.
I'm such a happy little kid. Abby says, "No, keep going. Ha, ha, ha." We will be keep
I'm so
going.
happy she wants to keep going. She's moving, and I'm like, "Thank you for taking an hour of your time while you pack to move
That
to
is
watch this."
that is sweet, and the dedication is there, and I do appreciate it. All the support because, you're, like, my 26th episode. I can't believe I've
That's crazy.
I yeah, you're telling me. The amount of people that I've had here on this space is absolutely, insane, and I really hope that one day I get an opportunity to meet you guys in real life. But
Yeah.
without being too sappy, I'll move on to another question. I'm trying to just make sure, like, I have them, like, in increments of 5 that, like, okay, which
Mhm.
ones did I didn't do? And I'm just gonna start rambling them off. Uh, what's an ordinary moment, with Theo that feels bigger than it looks? Something you wish you could freeze in time?
When he wakes up, first
Mhm.
thing in the morning, and he always has this little smile, and then he starts just "ba, ba, 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 ba." But he always likes to put his hand on my face in the morning, and it's so cute. Like, I wish that I bottle that up.
I mean, how old is he now?
He's almost 11 months.
So how fast has almost a whole year been?
It's crazy. Like, I honestly, like, I can't believe that he's gonna be soon. It's and every month that goes by, I think back to, like, where we were a year ago, and I'm comparing, like, this is what was going on, and this is what's going on now, and it's amazing how fast it goes by.
Do you find that when you do that, it helps you, like, really appreciate the present?
Oh, yeah. 1,000%. Like, reflecting on where I was at that point a year ago to where I'm just so grateful and thankful that I am where I am today,
Mhm.
that I could even get to this point.
The momster is crying with you. 1 year is coming so fast. I mean,
Our babies are actually so close in age, like, we're only, like, a couple weeks apart, it's crazy.
Is it December? You guys have December babies?
She's in December and Theo's in January.
January. Oh, December,
Yeah.
January. My nephew turns 14, December. But I actually, again, I'm not comparing the 2, but my,
Yeah.
1-year anniversary with Onyx is December 1st, so I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe
Oh,
that I've had you
you
for a
you're
year."
you're you're ahead of us by a couple weeks.
Oh, okay, but, like, I feel like I'm in the same crew, you know? I don't know, again, I don't I'm not really comparing it, okay, guys? But it is interesting how, like, knowing that kind of, like, marks things for me, and it helps me,
Mm,
like, appreciate and maybe take a second and be like, "Oh, you have changed a little bit, you have
yeah.
grown," because 'cause I'm somebody that, like, I need things to happen, like, now. I'm a New Yorker, like, now,
Mhm.
right now. Give me all the stuff that
Yep,
I want right now. So, I have people in my life that, remind me, "You've only been doing this for 7 months, so
yep.
it doesn't
Just
all
take it
happen."
easy.
Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, right, I know." And, I know that you guys you get it. I know Brittany gets it where everything that's meant for me is already, like, there for me. So
Yep.
I don't have to rush it. I just have faith that it'll be. And it is just so hard for me some days.
Mhm.
Like, I
Oh,
don't know.
totally.
Yeah. I don't know. My Onyx is you're not getting comfortable. You're walking around. He was making a whole bunch of noise during me and Candy's thing, and now today he keeps bumping into me. He doesn't know
He
that
wants
we're
his mom.
he doesn't know that we're live, apparently. Yeah, he's like, "Babe, why are you not playing with me?" Or, "Where's the rest of my food? Did you give me all my food?" I don't know. Some shit.
That's why Bo's not even in here. He's out.
Hmm. Naomi Motherhood, thanks for joining. What is Bo again? Is a doodle.
Bo? Bo is a yellow lab and, Rhodesian Ridgeback.
That's a pretty
We were told we were getting a purebred fox red lab, and we're like, "Yeah, let's get this puppy." We bring him home, and we're just like, something doesn't make sense here." And as it kept growing and colors are changing, things are going on, and Rhodesian Ridgebacks have a specific part on their tail. You would know from, your history with dogs, and looking at he's puffing up, and we're like, "Uh, that ain't no lab." So we did some Googling and we're like, this, okay, this, no, this. And then finally my husband's like, he's Rhodesian Ridgeback. So yeah, he's a yellow lab, Rhodesian Ridgeback.
well, Rhodesian Ridgebacks have, like, that, beautiful color,
Yeah.
but obviously they're known for their ridgeback, but
Yeah.
they're also massive in size.
Yeah. So that's also how we figured out Bo, your typical lab. He is a tall, long boy.
Yeah, so
He's,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Alright,
he's big
I
boy
see,
for sure.
sorry, I go off on tangents,
Oh,
but
no, that's okay.
I could talk about dogs all day, sorry, just like how we could talk about kids all day too. Candy said I was about to say, "Where's your squeaky toy now, Onyx?" Yeah, he's not making the noise that he did during that time. He's not being as obnoxious, but he's definitely being needy. Motherhood said, "Hi, Anna. Hi, Outa. Love you both. I love you. I love knowing you 2 more, and Anna, your Canadian accent is so comforting." It's funny
Do
because
I have a strong accent? Like,
I didn't even
do I
hear
have
it.
one?
I didn't hear it. Or
So
maybe I
there's a
don't know.
thing. Well, maybe I don't know, 'cause we sound like how we sound, but here's the thing, is like, there's there's Canadian accents, then there's, like, Alberta accents, and, like, my sister, she lived over in Ottawa, and when she came back home, we would talk every so often, and there is you can live in Alberta. I just I don't know. It's there in Alberta, there's also, like, there's different tone like, you have like northern Albertas, and then you do have some Southern Albertans have, I would say, like, they're kinda mixed in with what, like, you would have kinda in, like, maybe, like, Montana, maybe
Mhm.
those kinda states, but, yeah. I'm glad to know I never knew if I did have one or not, so, I mean, hey.
It's funny, it literally just was like right on, I'm not paying no attention to it at all. I'm just like, "Oh, you sound like you," because I don't know what you sound like. I don't even know what Canadians sound like. I didn't know that you guys had, like,
Everyone says, like, the
thing.
A or whatever, or, like, a boot. No one says a boot here. Is about.
Uh,
Wait.
Candy says you have a little one. Everyone says I have a Canadian accent too. Is it because you're close to Canada in Washington up over there?
You know what, though? I
Which
think
means it mixes
actually,
black.
like, those I feel like the bordering states to Alberta and not Alberta, but Canada in general, I think have their respective kind of shared dialect. I don't know.
I mean, it is fascinating to me to know that we all have different like tonalities because of
Yeah, where we
geography.
live. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just like really like wow. I didn't really think that Florida had accents. I just felt like it was a lot of different type of people down there.
Yeah.
So I didn't really
That's the
think
thing, I don't
anything.
think like, if and it's amazing to me because like, when you said you're from New York, like, I don't hear like, when I okay, but, like, you gotta be generous with me here when I hear New York, like, I'm thinking, like, from the TV and movies where
Everybody
everyone
does.
sounds like Carlos Bakery.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
everybody does. The Carlos Bakery's in Jersey, but everybody does, and you have to
Jersey, okay, see, that's how much I know. They know.
but you have to understand, 25 years in New York, 7.5 years in Florida, and now I'm back almost 4 years in New York, so
You're,
Florida
like,
did
all
this
over the place.
but Florida did this thing where it did strip a lot of my quote
Oh.
unquote New York accent because it wasn't as welcomed there. So, I've learned to have a customer service voice, working in
Uh,
retail. So that is just my pretty nice girl voice. And and every time I use it, I'm like, it's so funny hearing it come out of my fucking mouth. It's just like it's so funny. But
mm,
I had to make a voice. But I could say walk and talk and bagel, and are you gonna grab
there we go.
coffee? I could do all the things, but, I like sounding like me, you know?
Something.
Just saying.
I was gonna try to mimic I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, I mean, again, I didn't even know that you had an accent, so thank you, Brittany, for bringing up something that helped carry a conversation for, like, 15 minutes. I
Yeah.
appre You're the real MVP in this bitch. Mm, alright, I'm reading through, um, I have so has writing about motherhood changed the way you experience motherhood in real time?
Um, yes, I think. Oh, like, I try to embrace it as much as I can, and I think writing about it to more or less, like, when I document it down, it makes me think, like, I should appreciate I walk these little trees and showing Theo. Like, I'll stop sometimes and turn the stroller and be like, "Look at these, look at this," talk and point out, there's a cloud, there's a spruce tree, there's a ladybug. Like, it's nice to just take that moment, and I think reading about how other people handle and do their version of motherhood has also impacted how I wanna do things. Um like Eliza, I'm gonna say I think it's Corneliuson, on her page, it's all about slow, 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 slow when she shares her notes, and it really made me think like, yeah, slow, take a moment. You do not to rush through every little thing. So yeah, I think seeing how other people do and how I write about it, just that does make me wanna just take it a little easier.
I mean, I kinda love the thought that, like, as a mom, you can be inspired by other moms, right?
Mhm.
Because 'cause I'm a human and I'm inspired by like, there are humans that are inspire me, and because they inspire me, I move in this earth a little bit differently because
Yeah,
I can't wanna be something and not actually be aligned in the way that I present that. So I kinda, like,
yeah,
love that, like, you have, like, moms that inspire or people that inspire me or, people that are keeping me
yeah.
grounded in the way that I wanna continue to raise my child. Like, they used to say it takes a village, you know?
Yep. Well, and like one person, for instance, when the momster is writing her letters, and like she doesn't shy away from the silly, goofy moments too. And like she's like, my momster mayhem. And then I told you mine, tell me yours, like how
Yeah.
she formats that. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I like that. I like that. It's a nice connection and it also inspires me. Yeah. also don't take everything so seriously. Be silly with your kid. Have fun with your kid. Like, you see so much curated stuff on Pinterest and Instagram. Like, it's not real. I mean, it is the day they're taking a picture, but it's not real life. Take a minute, slow down, play.
I mean, I think this advice is not
Mhm.
just for moms. I think this is just in general. Like, I need this advice. I need to slow down and play. My little kid inside me would love that. The Queen's Addiction said, Anna, did you always know you wanted kids?
So I had a piece I was gonna put out, but I couldn't figure out how I was gonna format it, so I haven't yet. But if I'm being honest with you, for years I was like, no, no kids, no nothing. Like I just I don't want to say I didn't think I would be a good mom or anything like that. It's just I wanted to experience things in life, do some things. Um, and I'm not saying kids hinder your ability to travel or grow in your career. Like, there's CEOs all over the place. Like, where I work, the CEO, she's got 3 kids and she's doing just great. But there's just things where you want to do and you want to work on before you bring a child in, I think. And I wanted to get to that point and be the best ver myself that I could be to bring a child into this world. And I'm glad that I waited till I was at that point, because I can't imagine if I had Theo where, a couple of years ago when maybe I wasn't in the best place, I would have handled, going forward. So
I,
I would
I,
say elementary school. I mean, actually, sorry, I just thought that.
you're fine. Which one did you see? Oh, there's
Just
a
when Jay was asking
oh
about
yeah,
rec.
there's a whole bunch. I gotta catch up. I gotta be polite. The momster said Southern California, Chicago, Seattle, mine SoCal, Midwestern, lots of oop. That's the accent, I guess. And she said, "Oh, thank you." Motherhood said, "Yes, momster is the best." Motherhood ditto. Jay said, "Anna, when where did you learn how to write? Don't say elementary school. I mean,
Those-
actually write good." Yeah. What? Yeah. How did you learn how to do that?
How did I learn? Honestly, I hopped on air, started reading how people, you know, write on Substack, and I was like, okay, so this is kind of the key. This is the formula. Let's see how I can write a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? I can't follow this format. Like, everyone's doing their own little thing. I'm just gonna do how I want to do. And I guess just winging it. Like,
Well, I think I at least I can only speak for myself, but I think your honesty and compassion kind of comes through your words. So I don't know. I just think because it's you that's writing it, there's this beautiful message that kind of comes through from it. Emmy
yeah,
says I always had her help me with my essays in high school and college. So apparently
I did.
you've always been good at some English, I guess. English. Mm.
Honestly, the only thing is I just, and this is maybe like the PhD in me, but like I write it all and then I have to take a good like 15 minutes, open up separate Word document, take this part, put it here, that part, put it here, because I'll just be going off about something and boom, another thing and then another. And it's sometimes it's so when you're doing that and you have a baby and your baby's like, because now he wants to play and walk and everything. So you're writing then oh, stop, gotta go take care of baby, go take care of baby, come and yeah. So I want to say college helped me a little bit, but honestly it's me
Yeah,
spewing.
it sounds you. I mean, but it also seems so aligned with Substack. I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't like established and published writers on here that are very well in what they're doing and stuff like that. But when it comes to like the type of style I feel like that you write in and stuff, it needs to be genuine, it needs to be honest, and it definitely needs to have personality. So I love when the momster said, "I love your written voice is so genuine." Like I think
Thank you.
that's a huge key to that. So real. Yes, we like real things here. Nobody wants some fake bullshit. You can't help somebody by just coming up with a story. Like, you could
Mhm.
definitely help somebody by sharing what you've already experienced and seeing if that helps somebody who's actively maybe going through something similar. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my opinion anyways, so you can take that or throw that, I don't it doesn't
No
know.
problem.
So Sherry said Anna was never a little baby. She came into this world a little person. She was advanced and ahead of the game. She seems that way, you know. I only got the privilege of speaking to you for because we hopped on a little bit beforehand for like an hour right now, and I can already tell that you're an extremely intelligent, compassionate, amazing human. So I
Oh,
have been
thank you.
very I've enjoyed our time communicating, and I have a question that I hope tugs on some heartstrings. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What's one thing you hope Theo knows about you as a person one day, beyond my mom took care of me?
Um, one thing that I hope he takes away from me in general is just that I never stop trying. And by that I mean, I always try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I think it probably burns me a lot more than it should. But I always try to see the good in people, try to see the good in the world, everything. I will try and try and try again until I can't no more. Like I can be, blue in the face trying to do something, and I will try. And I mean, maybe try isn't, but I'll fight to do what I need to do. And if if that breaks everything I have to give him a better life, a better world to grow up in and live in, then I have to do that tenfold. Like, and I've done that for everyone. Like my sisters before Theo came into the world, like, I will do whatever I can to protect and help my sisters, my family, and yeah, like that's just who I am. I I've always been that way. I'm stubborn, maybe a little too much. My heart cares maybe a little too much, but
Um,
that's that's what you're gonna get.
but I think I mean, I think my mirror moment just happened with you, so I feel very similar to that. I chuck it up to me being loyal. Like, I
Mhm.
never want to say that I turn my back on somebody. So sometimes I overextend myself in ways that probably do hinder my own, like, health mentally or whatever the case might be, but, you know, it's nice to know that other people are out there that know what that is to love somebody, to care somebody, and to be that loyal that I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna like, that committed to, like, I want to figure this out with you or for you or whatever the case might be, so
Yeah.
the momster said, "Ada, what a gorgeous question. Thanks. I try." And Kenny Down said, "And we're all crying." She loved him into existence and wouldn't give it up without a fight. Absolutely. He's a beautiful extension of her and Lane. Ah, we're all crying. We're all crying. I mean, I could feel it. Like, my eyes are tearing up. So,
Oh.
um, it's been beautiful to speak with you, but it's been even more beautiful to witness you on this platform
Mhm.
sharing sharing your story and Theo's story. And I really like I just feel thankful and grateful to have experiences to get to speak to people like you. Because, like,
Yeah.
again, I'm not naive. I would love to be like, "Yo, come outside and we can hang out and talk for a bit," but
Yeah.
I love that I do have the ability to do this and to make connections with people in all different places
Yeah.
in this beautiful world, because it definitely helps help my perspective of stuff too. I
Yeah.
learned from you guys so much. But I wanna before we, wrap up, I do wanna ask you one more question. Just so you know, before I ask, Candy said, "Anna, you are a stunning person. I loved getting to know you more."
Oh.
She pretty apparently, she also has a Canadian accent, so
Yeah. Right? You just have to have a panel. You're gonna have to do a live panel with all of us, and then
so I had 2. I had, Mia and her sister, and I adore that live that I did, but it is hard to host multiple voices, but I'm up for the challenge. So if somebody wants to do roundtable of mommies and me, slide into my DMs, we'll definitely figure that out because 'cause that'll be a joy. Jay said Theo's been doing barbell squats in the corner this entire time.
Oh, Jay is, I said I wish I had the picture. I'm gonna have to put it up somewhere. He he actually just went to Shanghai for rowing,
Oh, wow.
and he has a similar limb difference to Theo. I have a picture of him holding Theo, so when Theo gets a little more active, wants to do things, Jay can be his coach.
I love
Theo can
that.
be his trainer. That's what you can be.
Jay's gonna be a huge, positive influence for Theo, that's what it sounds
Oh,
like.
100%. We tuned in when he was in Shanghai he was rowing for Team Canada, and we were watching, and the benching thing, but I did wake up there. I'm like, "Hey, watch. We have to watch." So, I was like that's the thing about, like, I met Jay at the seminar, and that's the thing, like, these there's so many connections you can build and, like, lifetime connections, and it's amazing. So, I just have to talk about him for a second.
Yeah, no, you could talk about all of that for as long as you want. That's what the people came for, Adam. They didn't come for me, they came for you. Like
A little bit.
say the things. That's what we're here for, but I appreciate you. Uh Candy said you're the me. Yeah, I mommy and me. Like mommies and me. You know, we make it work. We'll have fun. Merv, thanks for joining us at the end of this beautiful live. I'm like, do I want to stay in like the heartfelt lane to close out? I feel like we should. I wanna stay in my feelings. What's a value, truth, or way of being you hope he carries with him into the world as he grows? Meaning Theo, obviously.
Um, yeah, well, I think honestly the same for what I just hope he is strong, strong and capable, and he is just proud of himself at the end of the day. Whether he oh, like, that's what I hope for, is he just is, yeah, tender, is true to himself. Like, that's all I hope for, is just carries himself in a world where he doesn't let, um, his difference define him.
Mm.
He just grows up and is like any other kid. Big heart and healthy.
I mean, I already know that that's it's gonna be for him anyway, because I feel like, honestly, it's the rest of the world that views them as if they're different, but I think them as the humans that they are, know that they are fully fucking capable of doing everything.
Oh,
That's how I feel.
100%.
You know, because I haven't I've met people that have had, interesting situations happen. Maybe they weren't born a certain way, but they definitely lost something along the way, and, their attitude was never like, "Pity me." It was just like, "I'm gonna continue to show the world that I am fucking capable." So I think it really
Mhm.
is, unfortunately, the others that put this
Yeah.
naiveness onto things, but the momster said he has a whole Substack, a Momsterverse cheering him on.
He
Absolutely.
does.
I mean, I feel like I need his autograph because I already know he's gonna be famous, so
I know, I say that every so often, I'm like, "This is going places."
it's yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he? I mean, I have just stepped into my era of dreaming again, so I mean, I think that's was always the point. I was like, I wish I could have told my little self, like, just say always just dream of whatever you want, because I really do think that that's the key on how, like,
Oh,
certain
yeah.
people get to certain things at certain ages, at a younger ages. It's because, like, when they were 2, they were doing it, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, I totally agree.
So, is there anything that you hope that he like, a hobby that you hope, or a sport or something, anything that you would like to see him interested in or aligned with or anything like that, or
You
extracurricular
know,
type activities?
um, honestly, I think so on Lane's side of the family, they're, like, super big on baseball. You don't want me to play baseball. And my family is really big on hockey. So,
So something with a
honestly
stick.
pretty much, yeah. So, we'll see how that goes. If he likes it, he likes it. If not, I'm not gonna push him to do it, but, we do a lot of outdoor stuff, and, as long as he is happy doing it, I'm happy to make sure he has whatever he needs to do what needs to be done to get to where he wants to be. Um, I just hope that he the one thing I did too was showing cows, and I was talking to parents, about that, and I believe he's going to the other day. You know, he might. Um, when we were growing up, when cows, there you have to have kind of both hands, and I so like, how's that gonna work? Well, one of the girls at the champ conference, she shows cows too, and I had asked her a little later, and yeah, it's easy to figure out. So, like, what if he wants to do that? If he wants to play hockey, if he wants to play baseball, or if he wants to do track and field, whatever he wants to do,
Completely capable.
we'll find a way.
Yep, completely capable. Ah, I feel like I could talk to you for another 3 hours, but, I mean, I don't know if that would be fair to the man that we're talking about, baby Theo. I think he probably misses his mom. Um, but I wanted to thank you one last time for agreeing to do that. I feel like, round 2 soon, you know?
Yeah,
Come
whenever.
again.
Like I said, mommy's the need one.
Mommy's
I
Alright, so
I am fine
we'll
with
have to
that.
figure that out. So if I could host up to, I guess, what, 5 mommies, and I'll be the little one in the middle, we'll have fun, you know, because I think that there's a whole bunch of questions that I can ask as a female that has never experienced any of that and may be curious about some things. So
Yeah.
I have the questions. So if anybody's interested, let us know. But seriously, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your willingness to obviously be so open and sharing your experiences because again, I've never been pregnant. I can imagine how hard a lot of those things were, and you're an amazing, beautiful human, and I am super thankful to have connected with you on this platform.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
we would need a talking stick. Well, that's why I'm here, kinda, like, make sure
A
that all of the
mediator.
mommies are communicating effectively. So much love to you all, yes. Um, so with that being said, you've been in the inner room where the conversations go deep, the connection surprise, and the truth lingers long after the world quiets down. Until next time, keep listening inward because that's where the stories that shape us really live. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a beautiful day, you beautiful, amazing humans. Bye, everybody.
Bye.